There are moments in music when movement defines the memory more than the sound. Jungkook's new dance has entered that territory. A performance so intricately crafted that its rhythm does not end when the music stops. It continues in the replay button, in short video loops, in thousands of recreations across social media. His new choreography has become more than a visual. It is a form of signature expression that stands between discipline and freedom, intention and spontaneity. Every step, every motion of his frame delivers something that feels unforced yet impossibly refined, turning a dance into an event that platforms cannot ignore. The first time the clip surfaced, it spread faster than official promotion could manage. Within hours, the movement was replicated, reinterpreted, and remixed. But the core Jungkook's own delivery remained untouchable. His body spoke in clean, deliberate motion that made rhythm visible. The foundation of his performance rests not on showing perfection, but on creating flow that feels both natural and deliberate. This is the mark of someone who does not perform to impress, but to own the sound from within. What stands out most is not only the choreography's difficulty, but how Jungkook transforms physical movement into visual narrative. There's precision in the way his hands slice the air, smooth transition in how his weight shifts between beats, and an awareness of camera presence that shapes how each frame lands in viewers' memory. When he moves, the camera doesn't just capture him, it follows his rhythm. The angles find alignment with his tempo, proving that his dance is not designed for the stage alone. It is sculpted for the lens, for the infinite replay culture that defines modern media. This new routine does not chase trends, it creates them. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts react not because of promotion, but because of magnetism. The structure of his dance is made for virality without ever feeling forced. Each section can be isolated into a loopable highlight, but when watched fully, it tells a cohesive story. Jungkook understands the rhythm of modern viewership. Short attention spans blended with craving for authenticity. His choreography gives both complexity for those who seek art, simplicity for those who want participation. Observers may point to the technical layers within the dance, the subtle shoulder isolations, the tension and release in the lower body, the sync between gesture and expression. But the true strength of Jungkook's movement is the narrative underneath it. His style has matured into something instinctive, built on years of refinement, but now stripped of unnecessary flash. It is confidence, not performance. When he dances, he no longer needs to show control. He simply is control. Every time his foot hits the floor, there's intent. Every pause between beats carries timing that feels deliberate yet effortless. The silence between moves holds as much weight as the movement itself. It's not choreography made to impress judges, it's rhythm created for translation across a digital world that consumes emotion through repetition. The repetition does not cheapen it, it immortalizes it. When millions recreate his motion, they are not just copying steps, they're echoing a moment of cultural synchronization. Jungkook leads that synchronization without demanding it. In today's music landscape, visibility matters as much as sound. Yet what Jungkook demonstrates here is that visibility can emerge purely through motion. His dance communicates in a language that transcends translation, one that resonates visually across borders. Platforms show his clips not just because they trend, but because they command attention through balance, discipline, and aesthetic composition. Every screenshot becomes a poster, every motion a statement of identity. There's a distinct understanding behind the way Jungkook structures his choreography. Each segment fits seamlessly with the rhythm of editing trends seen across platforms, moments built to match a jump cut, a beat drop, a filter transition, but none of it feels mechanical. His movement anticipates the digital environment, while maintaining the integrity of live performance. That's why it spreads. His choreography bridges both worlds, the tangible and the digital, the stage and the screen. When the camera focuses on him, there's no sense of competition. The dance doesn't ask for validation. It defines its own standard. Jungkook's body language tells a story of mastery without arrogance. He does not need exaggerated gestures or dramatic staging. The strength lies in restraint, the ability to communicate emotion through precision rather than excess. His expression stays grounded, allowing the movement itself to carry the energy. This minimalism draws audiences closer. The more he withholds, the more viewers fill in the feeling themselves. That is the mark of influence, the ability to evoke rather than to explain. As the dance began circulating, even the algorithm seemed to move with him. Clips climbed trending lists across platforms simultaneously. The choreography, though visually sophisticated, carries an accessibility that invites imitation. People try to replicate the rhythm because it looks deceptively simple until they attempt it. Then they realize what sets Jungkook apart: his understanding of timing, muscle control, and presence. No camera filter can replace the precision of that control. His dance style has always been distinguished by clarity. Even at full intensity, his motion never looks rushed. He doesn't chase the beat, he glides through it. That balance between strength and calmness is the visual equivalent of musical sync. The result is movement that feels alive even in slow motion. Pausing his dance at any frame still gives a sense of flow. Every line, every gesture connects. This fluid continuity is what allows his performance to survive endless looping across media feeds without losing freshness. It's rare for choreography to achieve both technical admiration and mass participation. Usually, what goes viral sacrifices artistry for accessibility. Jungkook bypasses that compromise entirely. His routine captures the discipline of a trained performer, but translates into movements that fans and casual viewers alike can interpret. The genius lies in that calibration. Professional quality designed for universal reach. It's not about making it easy, it's about making it feel possible. That illusion of attainability fuels the viral wave. Beyond the numbers, there's a deeper implication behind this moment. Jungkook's new dance reflects the current shift in how performance art circulates. Artists once relied on stage appearances or broadcast performances. Now, their creative reach is measured in seconds, in repeatable patterns, in the visual hooks that populate feeds. Jungkook adapts not by lowering his standard, but by transforming his art to fit that frame while maintaining its integrity. His dance becomes a visual thesis on how traditional artistry can live within digital circulation without losing depth. Every major platform picked it up because it checks all their metrics: watch time, engagement, replay value. Yet those statistics are just surface evidence of a more significant effect. He has turned movement into dialogue. The public doesn't just consume his choreography, they converse with it through their own recreations. The spread is not about fandom alone, it's about shared rhythm. That shared rhythm builds cultural bridges, uniting people who might not even understand the lyrics, but understand the beat of his motion. There's also a psychological rhythm to his performance. Jungkook knows exactly when to pause, when to glance, when to let his movement breathe. That mastery of pacing transforms his dance into storytelling. Every sequence rises and resolves like a narrative arc. Even the moments between steps feel scripted in intent. The audience may not notice it consciously, but the consistency of emotional rhythm keeps their attention locked. This is not choreography by formula. It is performance by intuition, refined through relentless practice. The production quality surrounding the dance complements rather than overshadows it. Lighting, angles, and color tone all function as extensions of his control. The environment bends to his timing. This harmony between performer and visual context elevates the clip from being just a dance video to becoming a form of cinematic expression. In that sense, Jungkook has built his own subgenre of performance, one that merges the precision of choreography with the allure of visual storytelling designed for the modern audience. His influence in this moment goes beyond the view count. It's about the cultural consistency of his image. Jungkook represents a rare alignment between artistry, technical skill, and public resonance. Each time he performs, he redefines what modern stardom can look like, not an image constructed by marketing, but an identity built through craft. His dance becomes proof that pure skill still has power in a market dominated by algorithms and filters. When his movement trends, it doesn't feel like a marketing campaign. It feels like authenticity discovered by the world in real time. The media momentum surrounding this performance shows how his presence shifts digital culture. He doesn't need to announce a challenge or initiate a trend. His motion itself does that automatically. Every wave of reaction follows the same pattern. First, awe. Then, imitation. Then, reinterpretation. Yet no recreation fully captures the original, because what truly defines the performance cannot be mimicked: the invisible rhythm between his breath and the beat. That internal metronome is what makes his motion look natural while being technically flawless. This particular dance also marks a phase in his artistic evolution. His earlier performances carried youthful intensity, designed to prove capability. This one carries assurance, no need to prove, only to express. The restraint is powerful because it reflects maturity. The energy no longer bursts outward. It radiates inward, controlled but potent. That controlled energy is what modern viewers find hypnotic. It's not just dance. It's composure turned into visual poetry. In a landscape crowded with performers chasing visibility, Jungkook's silence speaks louder. He doesn't need interviews or statements to explain what the dance means. The performance explains itself through texture and timing. That self-sufficiency in expression strengthens his artistic authority. Every movement he creates becomes a declaration that artistry still commands attention, even in a world saturated by instant content. His approach reminds audiences that depth, when executed with clarity, can thrive in brevity. Across media headlines and analytics reports, analysts may quantify the reach, but the true measurement lies in memory. People remember how the dance felt, not just how many views it earned. They recall the way his movement cut through noise, not because of spectacle, but because of control. In an age of overexposure, his simplicity becomes revolutionary. When everyone tries to stand out by adding more, Jungkook captures attention by refining less. His success with this new dance reaffirms something deeper about his position in global entertainment. He has transcended categorization. He's not only a singer, not only a dancer, not only a performer. He's a creator who understands the totality of presentation, from rhythm to emotion to visual impact. That holistic understanding is what allows a 3-minute dance to dominate entire media ecosystems. Each platform amplifies him, but none defines him. As the first wave of trend begins to stabilize, his influence doesn't fade. It stabilizes into recognition. People begin referencing his style, adapting his gestures, using his sequence as visual vocabulary in unrelated content. That's how cultural dominance works, when one artist's creation becomes a language others use without realizing its origin. Jungkook has entered that level of imprint, His dance now operates not just as art, but as cultural syntax repeated, reinterpreted, yet unmistakably his. What makes this phenomenon even more notable is how unforced it feels. Nothing about it seems pre-calculated for trend potential, yet every aspect aligns with what digital culture amplifies. This balance between organic artistry and mass appeal is nearly impossible to achieve deliberately. Jungkook achieves it naturally because his understanding of rhythm, image, and timing comes from instinct shaped by experience. That instinct becomes his invisible collaborator, guiding his motion to sync not only with the beat, but with the pulse of contemporary culture. This new dance doesn't simply trend because of who he is. It trends because of what it represents. Mastery meeting modernity. He embodies the rare case where artistry adapts to technology without losing its essence. The choreography is timeless in structure, yet tailored for modern platforms. It respects the traditions of performance while engaging directly with the future of viewership. Through that fusion, Jungkook once again demonstrates that innovation in art is not about changing everything, it's about refining what's already true.